You're listening to Women in Wellness, a program to help you create gorgeous growth for your blissful business in health and wellness. I'm Dr. Gabby, holistic health expert and founder of Women in Wellness, a one-of-a-kind course and community designed to empower and inform you about how to build a purposeful and profitable holistic business. I'm so excited for today's interview. I have an awesome guest, Miranda. Miranda is a certified holistic health coach and founder of Food Heals Coaching, where she helps women get off the yo-yo diet roller coaster. Hi, Miranda. How are you?
Hi, Gabby. I'm good. How are you?
So I'm excited to talk to you today and about the stuff that you're doing to help women. And I know that your personal journey is really important and is one of the reasons why you decided to become a health coach. So can you tell us a little bit about, your journey into wellness and how you ended up at IIN and helping other people?
Basically, it started with an accident. When I was walking to the library one day, my sneaker got caught in the sidewalk because they plant sidewalks on the side. They plant trees on the side of the sidewalk, and it pushed up the cement. My sneaker got caught, busted my knee, ended up hurting my back after my knee healed, and was on bed rest for about 5 months, and then had to change my diet to simple foods like oatmeal, Greek yogurt, and protein shakes, and lost 30 pounds before my recovery was over.
Oh my God, that's amazing. So it started out with an injury, but then you changed your lifestyle as a result of the injury and you lost all this weight. And then what happened after that?
Basically, the path continued. I don't know if I want to talk about there was a good consequence of the weight loss. My bipolar medication were affecting me differently. So I was able to get off of all of those after I lost all the weight.
Okay, so tell us about the bipolar condition. How long have you had that?
I was diagnosed in 2008, and then I was able to get off all of the medicines in 2013, and I haven't been on anything since.
That's amazing. And so were you able to manage your symptoms with the diet changes and lifestyle changes?
Yes.
Okay. And so you also had mentioned to me in other conversations that you had some back pain. So tell me about that.
Yeah, well, the back injury, it turned out to be a back spasm, so it was like one of those things where you can't really get up and walk too much, and you're supposed to be on bed rest for maybe a week or so, but I'm so impatient that I would get up after 4 days and walk around and make the injury worse. So it was just multiple back spasms back to back.
Right. And before this change that you made, had you been trying to diet and lose weight unsuccessfully?
All my life.
Really?
Yeah.
What kinds of diets did you try?
I guess the better answer is what didn't I try? I tried Atkins, South Beach, calorie counting, exercising 3 to 5 times a week. I'd lose, of course, when I was adhering to it, but it would all just come back, plus more.
So you would have some success, but then it would just come back again?
Yeah.
And what was that experience like? Was that frustrating?
It was more depressing than frustrating. Because you think you're successful and then boom, it comes right back. So it was more depressing than anything.
And what did you learn about yo-yo dieting from that experience?
Just basically that it's meant to keep you on a roller coaster. Like they're the quick fixes. They're not lifestyle changes. And you need a lifestyle change so that it's easier for you to do throughout the rest of your life. And
did you learn some of that at the Institute for Integrative Nutrition?
Yes.
So how did you end up there? Why did you choose that as your wellness study?
Well, it was on what kept coming up because I did an internet search for it and it kept coming up in my cookies. So I saw it and I did a sample class and I saw that they also want you to focus on the external circumstances, like what's going on in your job, with your family, and your physical activity, because that all does play a role into it. And it's not just food, so the entire picture.
Right.
I wanted to look at.
And did you find any of the teachers inspiring? Was there anybody that really stood out in your mind?
The people actually that stuck out the most were David Wolf, and love him, Dr. Andrew Weil, and Dr. Mark Hyman.
Okay, so Dr. Hyman, Dr. Weil, David Wolf. What did you like about them? What were inspiring about them?
Basically, they were saying what I believe in, that you should use food as your number one medicine. And not rely on things like Tylenol and prescription medications because they don't get to the root of the problem, whereas food can get to the root of the problem.
And so can you give us an example of a condition that you might be able to heal with food?
I think the best thing is inflammation and headaches specifically, because a lot of people use Tylenol to to deal with their headaches. But if you use turmeric, which is a powerful anti-inflammatory agent on a daily basis, you don't need things like Tylenol, Motrin, ibuprofen. Like I've been using turmeric in my daily smoothies for about 2.5 years, and I hardly ever take Tylenol.
That's awesome. So you reduce the inflammation and then you don't have the pain and then you don't have to take something for the pain.
Yeah.
And it's a more holistic approach to healing.
Yeah, and then you get brain health benefits because it helps stimulate the cells in the brain with its anti-inflammatory properties.
And why did you decide to set up a coaching practice and help other people?
Basically, I realized that I was on to something with myself, and it would be very selfish for me to keep it to myself, because I see so many people suffering in that roller coaster, like losing, gaining. So I want people to be able to have the same success I have.
Oh, that's really great. And so who do you want to serve with your business? Like, who are the people that you really want to help?
I think I want to help mothers who are trying to get their body back after having their kids, because my one client, Jackie, she's in her 40s and she was concerned about her weight gain. So we started adjusting her diet for different things, like having oatmeal and salmon, and changing things over the course of time. And she ended up losing weight and stuff like that.
That's excellent. So you saw a transformation in her life?
Yeah, she lost about 15 pounds in 5 months.
That's awesome. And were you doing any kind of work before you got into health coaching?
I had a part-time job at a law firm for administrative assistant, because I was responsible for caring for my parents. My mother needed multiple surgeries when I got home, and then my dad got sick with his diabetes and his dialysis, so I needed a part-time job so I could take care of them.
And did you learn anything through your education that was able to help your parents?
Not really. My parents are pretty set in their ways, so I keep recommendations, and they would just be like,
Do you find that some people are more open to health coaching than others?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. And so since you've started coaching others, like you mentioned Jackie and stuff, what are some of the lessons that you've learned about being a health coach? Is there anything that you would say to other women who are wanting to be a health coach?
I think it's basically, if you want to be a health coach, you have to believe in what you're doing, because that's a big part of it. Like, when people see you doing what you believe in, they're more apt to want to be working with you.
And how do they learn that you believe in this? Like, what is the way that you share that with them?
Basically, Jackie, she saw me doing everything I told her to do. Like, I have my NutriBullet smoothies, I have my oatmeal, I make good meals for myself. I don't separate myself out from toxic situations and toxic people. Just showing them that it's a lifestyle and that it works.
That's so great. And so do you think that when you're putting your message out there and sharing your story, that you need to be authentic? Because you come across to me as someone who's very straightforward, very authentic, honest about her journey. Do you think that that's important?
Absolutely. Because people can tell when you're trying to just sell them something to make money, or as opposed to when you really, really, really want to help them. Because I used to be a beach body coach, and I kind of believed in the products, and that would show when I would post my stuff. So nobody really signed up with me, but once I started doing my own thing with my own techniques, more people have gotten interested.
And how do you think you focused in on what your personal story and your personal techniques were that could help people? How do you think you discovered that?
I think it was after I recovered from my back injury. It was more, I spent like a week in reflection, and that's when it all came back, like, that's why that happened. And I could realize it was a whole domino effect. Like, the accident led to everything.
Right. So you saw that the connections between things, and then you used that as the experience that you share with others to motivate others?
Yes.
Oh, that's really great. Okay, so I know that we talked earlier today, and you're going to develop some online courses and different programs from people. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, basically I'm writing my first online course as a health coach, which is basically I teach people the history of the food is medicine principle, and it goes back to Hippocrates and his famous quote, let food be thy medicine and medicine thy food. And then I break it down, showing how it works in the science, and then I expand it into the external circumstances, career, money, love, relationships, and physical activity before we talk about food. Because, like I said, the external circumstances can really be what's blocking you from making the healthy choices. And once you sort out the external stuff, the healthy food choices come more naturally and they stick with you.
So can you give me an example of how my money or my job or something might be affecting my food choices?
Yeah, like I remember my mom, she used to work at Temple University Hospital. She would work like 12, 14-hour days. And it was a good paying job, but she didn't have time to come home and make a healthy meal for herself. So she would buy us 3 large Pizza Hut pizzas, and we would have that for like the rest of the week. And with Pizza Hut having that every Friday or so, that was a cumulative effect.
So what would you advise to somebody who's super busy with their job? How can they mitigate that and not get the pizza? What can they do differently?
I think it's a lot of preparation. Like it may be hard at first, but think about what you like. Like with my mom, she would take me to work with her sometimes, and she would make snacks of things she liked, so she wouldn't go to the vending machines and like put that in the company refrigerator. And then when she got home, if she had time, she would plan out simple meals that took like 10 minutes, but she still had to make them from scratch instead of calling a phone number.
So you think that food preparation is a big part of making healthy choices?
Yes, definitely.
Is there anything else that contributes to making healthy choices, do you think?
Definitely, like the career and money, like how you feel about yourself and the people you surround yourself with. That's definitely a huge part. I know because my dad, when I was taking care of him with his dialysis, he's quite pessimistic. So he would say small digs, and that would frustrate me, and then I'd get annoyed with him and get mad, and then I'd order out instead of making my own food.
So finding ways to manage your emotions and your relationships helps you to make better choices.
Definitely, because when you're not stressed out and you're not getting angry with people, it's easier. When you're angry, it's easy to just make the simple phone call because you don't want to do anything else. You want instant gratification. So you got to sort out the people that are causing drama in your life, and then you can ease into making better food choices.
So you've been surrounding yourself with some cool ladies. You're in my group, the Women in Wellness group, and you're active in other groups. So what do you get from being part of those groups? How does that help you and your health and well-being?
It's mainly support because, like, I know building a business is hard, but getting to know different women and hearing that they're not an overnight success, that it is going to take time, is really just reaffirming to me that I'm getting it out there, getting my message out there. It's working. It's going to take time. No business, it happens overnight.
So what do you say to women who they're trying it and they're struggling and they just want to give up? What do you think?
I think, as trite as it may sound, to really just try to stick with it. Like, if the best way to stick with it, if it's not working, is to have a part-time job so you have some income, so you can, that's what I've learned, so you can keep doing what you're doing, but so you're not so stressed out about the money coming in, or if you can have a full-time job and work maybe on the weekends. But it is, you got to keep at it, you got to keep putting your message out there, otherwise it'll just get lost in the vastness that is the internet.
So what are some suggestions you have about putting your message out there? How do you do that?
You mean tools-wise?
Yeah, do you use social media, or do you make flyers? Do you talk to people? What are some of your strategies?
Oh, I use a lot of social media like Facebook and Twitter and my website, and I go to networking events and I have in-depth conversations with people at the networking events.
That's exciting. So where can people find you? Where is your website? What's the name of that, and how can they follow you?
My website is www.mirandacasiano.com, and I'm on Twitter at Miranda_Casiano. Same with Instagram, Miranda_Casiano. And Facebook is www.facebook.com/Healthy Miranda.
Healthy Miranda. I love Healthy Miranda. That's so exciting. So what are some of your future aspirations? Like where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 years with this?
In 10 years, hopefully, I will have my naturopathic medicine degree so that I can really help other mental health patients experience the same thing I have with curing myself of my bipolar disorder, because food really does re-nourish your body, and when you have proper nutrients, it can heal itself from so many things. You just have to be able to be willing to give your body the right foods and try good food with your current medication. Don't just give up current medication. You can't do that.
Right. That's really powerful. I am so excited for everything that you're doing, and I can definitely see you being a doctor and helping so many people with food as medicine. I'm really grateful that you're doing this kind of work, Miranda. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode. You can join the Women in Wellness Club at women-in-wellness.com.